Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So we got David Schwartz here with a few tweets, and you guys might think this is inefficient, but honestly, if you know anything about cryptocurrency, you realize that Twitter is the new medium of news and accurate information where you can create threads just like back in the day with cryptocurrency on Reddit. We can try to have some intelligent debates for the most part. It can be hard to find sometimes, but when you actually track the CTOs of organizations, it's a lot more efficient, and I also learn a lot as well, especially with David Schwartz recently talking and proposing the stable coins built on the XRP ledger, essentially collateralizing the asset, which increases demand for XRP. I'm curious with the ratio that it would fit in, but again guys, all news is good news. So I want to go over a few points here, and then we'll hit a few points regarding XRP news and information. So David Schwartz, decision. So basically talking about Ethereum back in the day with its 5 transactions per second, its lack of ability to scale. And I know that that is what Cardano, the project ADA, is aiming to do as well. And basically what I like about David Schwartz is they are building platforms that will allow the best asset or the chosen asset with the most liquidity to win. So he's not necessarily favoring XRP, even though he obviously believes it's the best asset, most superior asset, but he gives an option for a level playing field so that the open market can decide. So basically just talking about the TPS issues that they were running into back in the day. And right here, David Schwartz saying, forcing the use of some particular asset reduces the usefulness of the system. CODIUS contracts can interact with multiple payment systems without issue, so long as they support controlling an asset with a cryptographic credential. For those of you that do not know, CODIUS is the smart contract platform that Ripple is basically working with and developing, and obviously it is value agnostic. It can use XRP, Ethereum, you name it, and I think that it will have an very, very fundamental role in the future, especially with the Internet of Value, not only with smart contract platforms, but the interledger protocol as well. And then again, he goes, that's right, it doesn't matter if XRP is the best asset for a significant number of use cases, and it can literally do everything better, if network effects dominate the decision of which asset to use. So we focus a lot on removing network effects. This benefits all projects. We really believe in growing the pie. And absolutely, guys, remember, you've been hearing this a lot lately, all boats rise when the tide comes. Right here, it doesn't matter how fast Comcast's network access is if you can only reach the best websites on AT&T. With an Internet of Value, IOV, assets like XRP can compete based on suitability to use cases just as ISPs do today. So why is the internet so great? Because you can use the ISP that works best for you and the network technology that works best for you and still reach every website and internet service. In that world, you do not have to come in first to win big. Absolutely. And if you guys do not realize, yes, I'm going to say a real number here. This is not made up. This is literally an asset class that is targeting payments, derivatives, all the money in the world, every single market that transacts value, not just precious metals, not just real estate, supply chain management. We're talking like 1.2, 1.4 quadrillion dollars. And yes, that is an actual figure. We can talk about cross-border and remittance in a $155 trillion market. And you guys say that 100 billion supply of XRP is too large. And I can't stop laughing at that. And yes, price does not accurately reflect where we should be. But again, we are building the infrastructure, laying the tracks. It takes time. If you expect this to happen overnight and then just be rich overnight, I mean, hey, anything's possible. But I am not going with that expectation because I don't think that's healthy whatsoever. If it happens, great, but I'm looking to just be here for the long haul. Only invest what you're willing to lose, and if you're not over invested, you're not going to be stressing about it. And then there were a few other tweets I wanted to go over. So right here, that's the problem with any open technology coupled to a particular token. It's at a disadvantage compared to a comparable neutral system. And that's why they're creating completely neutral systems, just like CODIUS and Interledger Protocol, ILP. You can send any value. You can send Bitcoin. You can send any cryptocurrency. You can send any precious metal. You can send a digital central bank digital currency. And I'll go into that shortly as well. But again, tech like Interledger Protocol, and CODIUS eliminate these network effects, leaving people in the market free to pick the best system for their specific use cases. Good for everyone, but rent seekers hoping to monetize network effects with one-size-fits-all solutions. Boom. And hopefully you guys, understood this. I feel like I spoke pretty, just high level, I guess. Right here, ZenPay. Say goodbye to high bank charges. With ZenPay, you can send up to, I believe this is that a British pound, guys? The symbol? 2,000 British pound back home to Malaysia and pay no transfer fees. And again, runs on Ripple with RippleNet, and just praising highly if you guys want to read these articles at all. But just wanted to show you another partner on RippleNet demonstrating utility. This is super, super low value, guys, low volume at the time, but this is what's needed to develop that liquidity over time. Next, we have King Solomon, XRP_OWL. So Bank for International Settlements, BIS, and then Swiss National Bank Partner on Technology Research Hub will study the integration of digital central bank money into a distributed ledger technology platform. And guys, we talk about this all the time. CBDC, central bank digital currencies. Everybody is adopting DLT. Everybody is adopting distributed ledger technology and utilizing blockchain and the transfer value on blockchain. A cryptocurrency is needed. Can they digitize their own tokens? Absolutely. But with all of these walled gardens, XRP is still necessary to bridge all of these values. Even with atomic swaps and atomic settlement. I'm getting tongue-tied there. All right, just want to emphasize that. And then XRP Darren again, going cashless, central banks, and digital currencies, guys. They've been discussing this for a long time. Don't be fooled that this is just recent. They're more so just priming the masses, showing everybody that we're going to a digital economy. Everything will be tokenized. Stocks will be tokenized. All assets will be able to be fractionalized. Ideally, it would be nice if everybody can own their own assets, just like cryptocurrencies when you own your private keys. We'll see what happens. I know that the powers that be want to maintain control, maintain visibility. Even now, when in 2019, if you have bought cryptocurrency, when you're filing your taxes, you actually have to make that known. So we'll see, guys. Right here, XRP Darren, just talking about Finastra, guys, just to emphasize, we've talked about this. Finastra, 9,000 customers, including 48 of the top 50 banks globally. Everybody thinks that Ripple is just signing, individual clients on RippleNet one at a time. Oh, hey, one corridor here, working on bridging different, systems and fiats. Guys, no, that couldn't be further from the truth. Just like MoneyGram with 2,200 corridors, we are essentially getting access and getting gateways and APIs connected to these top banks. You have to look at the fundamentals. And, I saw this the other day. I think it was like Robert Kiyosaki. Sometimes I say, yeah, just follow the big money. Absolutely. But oftentimes you're too late. In this case, I do not believe that we're too late. And this is not financial advice at all. But what happens is sometimes you have to look where the money's going and then predict that and move ahead. That is where the risk is. And I believe this is on XRP Arcade. These are the top banks that are actually proven to be working with Ripple, whether they're piloting using RippleNet for Xcurrent, and then very, very few of them are using XRapid. And keep in mind, when you're piloting, guys, when they're piloting XRapid and utilizing XRP, or I should say just on-demand liquidity now, it's oftentimes that they're using very small amounts. I'm talking hundreds of dollars, maybe even a few thousands of dollars. They're not piloting with $1 million or 6 figures or even 5 figures. That would not be efficient. And remember, to see the true value and savings of XRP, it helps when you truly scale those payments. So they'll actually have to really consider that as well. All right, Cryptopolis. There was an unscheduled FOMC meeting. And again, for those of you that don't know, that is a Federal Open Market Committee, and basically the branch of the Fed, the Federal Reserve Board, that determines the direction of monetary policy. Now, this is the first time we've had this, and this was just on October 4th, the first time since the 2008 financial crisis. And remember, they do not want to draw too much attention to this. Just think, if you were them, if you helped run monetary policy for an entire country, would you want to make it known that you are meeting and trying to handle these serious issues? And the last time that this happened was during a crisis? No, you want to keep it under wraps. They can only be so transparent. You have to read between the lines. So unscheduled or emergency meetings only happen when there's a crisis. In Cryptopolis, 30 plus, maybe 40 years of experience in the markets. This guy is very, very smart. I always like watching him on Brad Kime's show as well. So thank you, sir, for all your research and experience trading as well. And then the press release of October 11th stated that the Fed's quantitative easing, which they don't call it that, but it absolutely is, literally they are just printing until the second quarter of 2020. Guys, this is so unsustainable. I believe that we're going to see something massive by end of year. Now, I don't know if that'll correlate with the price of XRP. I want to have very low expectations and just work on de-risking, risk management, dollar cost averaging, and holding for the long term. But the more that I look into this, the more that I believe that XRP will play a fundamental role, an instrumental role in providing liquidity, because that is the true issue at hand. And I'll go over this in future videos as well. All right, and this will be my last thing today. So XRP Research Center, I love when he does this. So basically, this week in XRP, I believe this is pronounced Zago. They are a technology firm based out of Cape Town in South Africa. Launches an XRP gateway, we know that. Partners with Finastra, which is probably I mean, I guess some people are talking about it, but this is a huge deal. This should be all over the news, honestly. All right, then we got Binance. I believe they're launching the Singapore dollar and XRP pair on the Binance exchange, so it's pretty cool to see that. And then Cinnamon Video goes live. If you do not have an account or you have a Coil account for $5 a month, highly recommend you support that ecosystem. We have Coinfield Exchange Validator runs the DUNL. And again, guys, that is basically they've basically just joined Ripple's unique node list, and they're recognized now as a validator, which is awesome. And if you haven't realized that Ripple's ecosystem, you can argue that the XRP ledger is now like completely decentralized, easily more decentralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Without a doubt, it's reached 80 or 81%. So no question now, especially with proof of correctness, their proof of consensus mechanism. And then Spring invests in BRD. And again, BRD is a cryptocurrency mobile wallet. They've partnered with Spring, that huge initiative, basically to integrate support for XRP cryptocurrency into its wallet. Again, that's huge for all the users to buy, hold, sell, send. You get the gist. More corridors, more on-ramps, more liquidity. When we want to turn this thing up, it is ready to go. In the past week, XRapid transactions, I believe, between the Philippine peso corridor and the Mexican peso corridor were just at maybe 7 million, more or less. So we're just estimating maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million if you're being generous per day in transactions. That is nothing. Just wait. This is the progress we want to see, guys. They have to test, scale. Just wait, because we already have news that Ripple is investing. They've invested over $500 million. Now they're working on developing derivative products, talking about stablecoins, pegging different coins to the XRP ledger. I mean, how much more bullish can you guys get? All right, Brad Garlinghouse goes wild in social media. We've seen him everywhere. We've seen him on CNN, Fox, you name it. And then Hodor, shout out to this gentleman, one of the first bloggers that I've seen for the XRP ecosystem, becomes an XRP developer. So I wish you well. I believe he's closing his vlog, and I look forward to, what he, begins to work on as well, because he's a very smart individual. But guys, hopefully this video wasn't too long. I'm going to have a little more concise information in the next one, and looking forward to kind of seeing what's going to happen with XRP. Will we break 30 cents? In my opinion, I think it's just simply a matter of time. Even if we do retrace back to 25 cents, guys, this coil is tightening. You can only be at these lows for so long, and it's just like a rubber band. Remember, it took several days to hit 80 cents. It took 10 days or 18 days to hit all-time highs from when it started moving. Keep in mind, we always see a pre-swell pump. Will it retrace this time? I don't know. Be careful with bear traps. Be careful, bull traps, excuse me. And really just be smart, guys. I am not going to be trading too much. I'll just be dollar cost averaging, because I've worked so hard to acquire these bags, and I do not want to risk losing them. So guys, let me know your thoughts and expectations and any questions, concerns with what I've gone over this video, and I'll see you in the next one.